Hey, what's up, YouTube? So, yeah, it's time for another episode of Hello Kimbo. On this episode of Hello Kimbo, we will be discussing the stupidity of Cartoon Network, and I'm also going to review the newest installment in the Young Justice Invasion universe, Before the Dawn. Thank you for tuning in. So, let me just go ahead and start off by saying this episode was incredible, awesomely, amazingly beautiful. It was just a wonderful, wonderful episode to watch. I've written a couple of things down that I want to talk about. I try to not be scripted, but I do write things down so I can stay on track, because if not, I'll just start rambling, kind of like now. It was nice to get some backstory on how Jaime became Blue Beetle. For a person that doesn't read the comics, who doesn't have very much information outside of Young Justice, that was very refreshing for me to find that out. And I love how they show and not tell. Telling is very irritating. So it was a good little clip, and it was, wonderfully done, and it accomplished a lot of information in a few moments that it was on screen. So I really liked that. And then we find out what one of the big reasons why Impulse came from the future, and that's to stop Jaime and his chin from becoming evil. And I really hope that succeeds. I can't wait to see how this storyline plays out with him coming back from the future to, prevent the Reach apocalypse. It's, I can't wait to see how that plays out. Now, the fighting in this episode was incredible. The fight scenes, just the action in general with them, it was suspenseful, if suspenseful is a word. Them, jumping down to help the abductees, and everything was just, it was perfect. I don't say things like that for a lot of stuff, but this episode was perfect. I just loved it. I just love the episode. And so I think it kind of makes up, because in my other video I said that the episodes 8 and 9 were kind of mellow, and I think that's Cartoon Network's fault for us having to wait so long. It just, I don't know, this episode made up for the feelings that I had for the other two episodes being kind of mellow and not as dramatic, I guess, which is not really true. It's just, I don't know, it just felt lackluster, like I said in my other video. But this definitely made up for it. The action was amazing. That fight with Black Beetle, I love it. But I did not like him slamming Cassie against that door that many times. It got kind of, hard to listen to. But it's just incredible episode. Now, the Reach and all of its modes, not cool. It is not Crash whatsoever, and I really do hope that they crash the mode, because with the introduction of them, they are so calculated and so clever. They're smart and intelligent. They're taking these humans and basically mutating a gene in their body to make them superhumans, and they're going to be a big problem, and I hope we can come out of this with all of our people, but you just never know. So yeah, the Reach's modes need to be crashed, and I kind of want to take a step back and just applaud the writers. The writing for this episode was amazing. The animation just incredible, and every frame of this episode, I just really enjoyed every single frame. And it's nice to have something that people care that they're working for. People care that, I just don't want to watch this show that I'm supposed to turn my brain off to. That doesn't give me my viewing pleasures. I don't want to watch shows like that. So I really appreciate that they focus and really take time to make these episodes of this show superb. Hats off to those people. This episode also had a sense of finality, not final in the sense that it's over, but there was a lot of storylines that kind of tied up, and a lot of consequences for actions that the team's leaders have taken. It was conclusive, but it still was a cliffhanger, and it's hard to do that with stories. But the consequence of having Artemis be dead, which did not end well for Aqualad, you know, it was nice to see those things kind of wrap up and see how I really was waiting for someone to interact from the team with Aqualad just to see what they would do. Unfortunately, it was Miss Martian, which was not good. But you know, what's done is done. So hopefully we can see how Aqualad recovers from being lobotomized in the brain. And yeah, he needs to, because Cheshire is like on his tails. Like, she's going to find him, and it's just. I'm fearing for Aqualad and Artemis. As I said in my other videos, I'm scared. I'm really scared that these decisions they're, you know, bold and daring and heroic, but they're also dangerous and kind of crazy and kind of reckless almost. They're smart, but you know, you can be reckless and still be smart. But okay, I'm not gonna, yeah. So yeah, McGann. I don't know much about the comics, so I can't really speak from experience of reading, and I don't have much knowledge. But one of my coworkers told me that she is being that she's a white Martian, they kind of have this thought process, aside, you know, separate from the green. If green gets in your brain, it's like, ooh, can I see what you're talking about? I want to hear. But when a white Martian looks into your brain, I see what you're talking about, and I'm about to extract it. And if you can't stop me, then that's too bad. And so they have a different thought process than than green Martians. And so I think that's why McGann's character is going through these problems of, you know, Superboy thinking she's kind of abusing her power. But it seems that she's predisposed to this. I don't want to justify it, but, you know, that's the information that I have, and it seems as though that's what's happening. So I really hope that if she can fix Aqualad, that she does it, because I mean, the only other strong telepathic that we have is Simon, and Simon messing around in Aqualad's head would not end well. So yeah, I love the episode, and it's incredible. Just amazing. But now I'm going to talk about the things that I didn't like. And actually, it has nothing to do with the episode. It has to do with Cartoon Network. I've only taken one business class, and I can just tell you right now that even with that one class, that putting this show on hiatus right after you started it again from a hiatus is not a good business practice. It's not going to make people want to watch the show, even though it's still amazing. It's not going to want people to buy your products that you have, if you have toys for the show. Not because I want to make people buy the you know, the DVDs. Why give you more money if you're not going to treat me as though I'm making you money? So you know, it was a really poor, unsound, irresponsible, unprofessional decision, and they need to overturn it. I have signed the petition to bring the DC Nation block back. I haven't really watched too much of the Green Lantern series, but what I have watched is amazing, and I do plan on buying the episodes and watching it. If you have good programming, like, I think they need to focus on what they think their target audience is. This target audience for this show, they're probably trying to market it to kids, but this is a show that can be broad spectrum. And it seems like the target audience that is diehard fans is actually older than what they're trying to sell, as far as, you know, wanting the show to be for. So I think they need to redefine that factor, and then it'll be easier for them to make better decisions and, you know, market it in a different way that would make them, allow them to get more money from different ways, and allow them to make better decisions, not to cancel shows that you just showed 2 episodes and then decided, okay, well, wait a minute, we're going to not. In business, you need to do things like at least one business day ahead of time. For this, like, they should have made that decision last Saturday, for that decision that they made Saturday. So there should have been like a 7-day span. But if not, 24 hours is nice. 3 business days at the minimum, I would say, would be, you know, superb if you know how to run your company. And I just feel as though they don't, and I really don't appreciate it. So I'll provide a link to the petition. I've signed it. I've joined the Bring DC Nation Back Facebook page. There's a couple things out there, so it's angering, and I, you know, would consider not watching the episodes on Cartoon Network and waiting for them to upload on Amazon. I'm not an iTunes user, but you know, I do buy the episodes on Amazon, and I would consider doing that. But you know, it's always nice to see the episodes right when they come out. So if we have to wait till January, you know, say la vie, but it's very rude and inconsiderate, and I have signed a petition, and it really would be very much appreciated and very, very wanted for the show to return before January. But again, such is life. If it doesn't, I'll be watching. I'll probably be over my anger by January. But, you know, this episode, they should have aired it. It was a perfect episode to take in hiatus on. There was, like I was saying, there was so much finality as far as, you know, story arcs and character development that we needed, that we weren't getting, that this would have been a more perfect spot to take a hiatus. So, yeah, this video is getting long. Cartoon Network, you're making very unsound decisions. You need to rethink your business structure. And I'm going to end the video here. Peace out. Stay asterisk. I'm still in Mango Siren. I like her. Peace out.